do love this car. But like I said, I had to pay out a lot of bills and I've got more bills coming. But this video is a bit better. We'll explain. So, the valves. This will be a short video, so it won't be a long video. But, when I've done a video about the exhaust, basically, what I want to get done to it, I went to the exhaust place and we worked out long tube headers might not be the best. H-pipe as well, I don't really want to do. The sport cats I've done, but because the sport cats have been done before the headers and I want long tube headers, not short tube. Oh, is it F-type there? Nice little F-type. I don't know if you can see it, barely. There. But yeah, so they want to basically, because I want to do long tube headers, they need to move the sport cats like down, and because I've got resonators on the X-pipe now, they got to move them out the way so the sport cats can go on where they are, and then they need to move it to where the X-pipe is on the back. So a lot of people do the X-pipe and they do have the resonators on the back bit near the mufflers, which is why I thought it was a bit funny where they've done the mufflers, like the resonators on the front bit, so they're quite long, where usually they do a bit of a shorter one. So that might change the sound as well, shorter versus longer. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I know if it's the bigger, smaller, they're quite small anyway, so that changes the sound. I'm not sure about the length, I'm not sure about that one. But they need to do that, so it's going to cost a lot of money, like $4,000 they reckon, to do long tube headers. But long tube headers are the ones where you get the most gains. I'm not sure how much by it. They say like anywhere from 15 to 50 depending on what car you got, so I'm not sure. So I thought you were talking to me then. I thought you said something else. But yeah, so we're not sure on that, on the power, but it'll be more raspy, more like a F1 they say, more Ferrari. Short tube would be a bit of a deeper tone, probably a nicer tone, but you don't gain anything really like horsepower wise. Plus, I think with long tube headers you lose a lot of like torque as well, where short tube you don't lose as much. But obviously if I kept the manifolds what it is, like stock, like the manifold, it's going to be the best torque. Again, if you do like things to your exhaust, you can lose that. You gain more horsepower, but you lose like the torque. And torque's the one that you really want. That's where you get that rush, like that, like in your seat. Horsepower is just, it's just more of a pull, isn't it? But you don't get that rush. It's more to do with the torque is the one you want to be high. But yeah, so I'm not sure about the long tube headers. But anyway, we was just looking, and we was looking about the valves, and they said that, okay, well I remember you saying that they're completely shut. So I went, yeah, I think they are. So we had to look around, like inside it with a camera, and found out that one side's completely open and the other side's completely shut. So that's a big problem. So we'll get onto that in a minute, but for now I need to buy some more coolant. I've already bought some yesterday, but because I've got a coolant leak now, I've got to keep on topping it up, and I'm going to buy some epoxy, see if we can buy some epoxy. Because it's leaking, I need to, well, it's leaking a little bit, not much. I just need to seal it up so it doesn't leak until I can get it fixed, because I don't know how long I've got to wait to get put in, because they're usually busy, this NRP place, so I just need to sort that out. But we'll get on to the valves in a sec. Right, so we are back. So I've got some more coolant, just for you guys. If you've got a Maserati, that's the best one to use. A lot of people recommend this, so this can go with any car really, but it's a green colour. I think it's G46. Again, you can get blue and green of G46, but I think blue's quite bad. It's like an older sort of one, but this is the best one. But it's green anyway, so that's the one that I use. It's a shame that it comes in little ones, because I go through this quite quickly. I'd rather try, I think you can get bigger ones, but I've never found them while shopping. I think you can buy bigger ones. Don't even know actually. Comment below, can you buy 5 litre ready mixed ones of this? And then I got this. So you've got to use both of these, mix them together, put it on the screwdriver, make sure it's completely dry because otherwise it won't like stick to it. Rub it into the crack of the coolant tank, and that should stop it from leaking and overheating until I get it fixed. Like I said, I'm not sure how long I've got to wait to get it fixed, but we shall see. Just more money. Going for my Maserati wallet. Yeah, I don't use cash no more. Card, yes. I always use card. I don't like the change, that's why. I don't like to put change anywhere and then be like, well, I've got loads of 1p's or whatever. So Do you guys use cash or card? They're going to try and get rid of cash, I think, eventually. Not yet, but that might be a bad thing because sometimes you need cash. Sometimes you get to the point where well, like the machine don't work. You know what I mean? Like if the machine's not working, the card machine, then how can you pay? So they got to do it somehow. Unless they be like, oh, you can transfer it. Like this is our bank details, then you got to do it that way. But I'm not sure. Anyway, start up the beast. So yes, where were we after all of that? Oh, my wing mirror is now working when I go into reverse. I'm not sure why, it just stopped working, but now it's working again. Another thing I don't like about it is that I have to keep resetting the wing mirror, which is annoying. Every time it goes in reverse, it dips down, and then when it like dips back up, it doesn't dip up properly, and then you've got to keep on like pressing like the 1 down your memory seat to try and get it back, because sometimes it doesn't work, so you've got to like readjust the wing mirror, which is just annoying. It's just another little quirk that just annoys me about this car. Anyway, so back onto the valves. So the good thing, but it's a good thing and a bad thing really. So the good thing is that where it's shut on one side, it means that the exhaust sound isn't what it is capable of, which means that it can be nicer. So if I get a valve delete, which is what I'm planning on doing, it's going to make the sound louder, it's going to be just sound better, and hopefully get rid of that like vibrating sound, which I'm not sure if that's to do with like the valve being shut or not, but it's got a weird like after sound if you're on the high end. I'm not sure if that's just because they're new exhausts like piping, I'm not sure, like it sounds a bit like a trumpet. But then I suppose that if you hear other cars that get straight piped, it does sound like a trumpet, isn't it? So I'm not sure if that's the reason why, but it should sound better anyway. And another good thing is that, well, I don't know if you've seen the video where I did about the dyno. So realistically, it should have been 434 brake horsepower from stock. I did the remap, I've done some other little bits. It should be around 467 brake horsepower. Now, I know that it's not going to be that. I know that it will lose some, but I didn't think it would lose 67. So it was dead on 400 brake horsepower, which is odd. I didn't think it would be. I thought, have they not remapped it? Has Ferrari lied about what it's capable of? I suppose. But the reason being, and it's a good one, because I know that I would lose some. So much attention. So, because I knew that I would lose some, because there's a car on 5th gear or one of those ones to see how much they've lost, and this car done 200,000 miles and it lost about 20 horsepower. My car's only done like 65,000 miles, so I didn't think it would lose like 67 horsepower. I thought maybe like 10 or 15, but 67, I thought that can't be right. And now I know the reason for it. It's because the valve is closed on that side, so all the air is not, it's getting like trapped and then like getting pushed out another way and that, so that could affect the power, he said. Like the person who does the exhaust said that would affect it big time. I mean, to the point it might even affect it to like 40 horsepower worth. So if I get the valves deleted and then get it dynoed, I guarantee it will be a lot more horsepower. So this is pushing out a lot more, because I thought this feels more than 400 horsepower. There's no way that it's just going to be what it is now. I mean, it feels more than 400. So that's another good thing about it, is I've lost a lot of horsepower, but there's a reason for it. It's not because they didn't stay to like tune it properly or the dyno was shit. I mean, I did do the dyno on a hot day, which apparently is quite a bad thing to do. So I'll probably wait till like winter time or something, get it dynoed after I've done like the valve delete, and obviously I'll probably like the before and after the tune as well, because they're going to tune it because I've got an engine light on because of the small cats, and we'll go from there and then we'll see what it's pushing out. But yeah, so that's just made me a little bit more happier that there's a reason why my power's dropped a lot. Because I thought, is this car really a 4.7 then, or is it a 4.2? Because the 4.2 is about 400 brake horsepower. I think it's like 405 or something. I can't remember exactly. Some say like 399 and some say 405. I'm not sure if you're on about horsepower, brake horsepower. So I was thinking that this is more like a 4.2 litre. So have they lied about something? But on the logbook, I mean, they can't lie, can they? On the logbook it says 4.7. So it's got to be. But it's just, yeah, it just started making me think about things. But now I know the reason for it, which is good. It's to do with that fucking valve being shut. I mean, the guy said to me, like, I said, is there valves in it? Because when I did like the sport button, it's meant to like open up the valves, and I said it doesn't sound different, and it sounds quite loud. And he said, no, there's no valves in it. And I was like, oh okay, but there is valves in it, so these people just don't really check, do they? So I know like the 4.2 litre, I think a lot of them don't have the valves, but they still don't sound as nice. Because I've driven a 4.2 and it sounded shit. It sounded really quiet compared to this anyway. Anyway, that's just a little video about how I lost a lot of power. I'm not sure how much power, but again, that'd be on the dyno day. I can check to see how much I did actually lose. So the dyno day would be quite good actually, because I'll be able to see how much I lost from like the valves being shut on one side. I can also see how much I gained from the small cats, and then once I tune it, I can also see if a dyno tune is better than a normal tune, and is a stage 2 tune really a stage 2, because they said that there's no such thing as stage 1 only or whatever. It will only add on like 1 brake horsepower, but if it adds on like 10 or 15 brake horsepower, then stage 2 tune exists and it was necessary, right? So yeah, so there's a lot of good things that can come out of this one video on dyno and tuning, but it won't be for a little while. We'll need to get these valves done first. I'm going to get it like taken out, so like a valve delete, and then we'll do the rear mufflers, and then I will probably do the stage 2. Or there's another thing I was going to do to it actually. I was going to do the there's a throttle map one you can do, so it makes it more throttle response, and then there's a gearbox tune. So I might do them first and then do the stage 2 last, and then do like before and after dynos, like on the day of the tune. So yeah, so we'll go from there, but there's a lot of more modifications to do. But first we'll fix the guard because of the coolant leak, and then we'll start doing the exhaust modifications, and then we'll do the tune. But I need to get this car fixed first so it's drivable. That's more important than modifying it, even though I'd like to modify it more. But I need to get it checked out and sorted, because this oil leak as well, I need to get that checked just in case it gets quite severe. But more money. If you have a Maserati or thinking about getting a Maserati, please be aware that these things cost a shit ton of money. But I'll see you for the next one, and then we'll go from there. Oh